a great weekend of fights, man. A lot to talk about, a lot of
Uh,
news too. So it's a good day to be a boxing fan, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a good day to be a Boston fan, and of course, Pro Bellum. They made their debut right here on KQKC. I'm talking about debut as far as my first time calling Pro Bellum yesterday. And if you go into Pro Bellum, you will see that they have a great app. I mean, better than the Zone. They offer movies and they offer sports, different kind of sports. Whatever you choose, you click on it. And I think it's a nice app, but for $69.95, you're gonna have to be your choice, okay? But in the future, maybe just they can attract me with big names, and more fights. If they stay busy with the fights, then maybe they got a new customer. I don't know, but right now, yesterday morning, I'm sorry, Regis Prograde did what he had to do. All right. And Richie Prograde or Shaky Foster, we all want to cover that. All right. And we're all going to also cover the ESPN Plus card and regular ESPN. Yes, we are talking about Berlanga. We are talking about Xander. All right. We are talking about great fights last night. We are also talking about Blair the Flair. All right. Blair the Flair, pretty much. Did he back up what he said he was going to do? I don't know. You talk to me and tell me what's going on. All right. So, who we got up in the building, all right, so far. Remember, YouTube ain't gonna send out button 60% of notifications. Keep that in mind. All right. So we got Chi-Town Finest. All blessings to you. All right. And I hope your family's doing all right. All prayers go out to you and your family on your loss. And we got Ray Patterson in the building. All right. Salute to you, Ray Patterson. And we got my man Teach. My man Teach is in the building. He's at 10:03 a.m. What an odd time. Get this smart ass, okay?
Hey man, don't do us like that, Teach. Come on, man. Don't do us
Yes,
like
sir.
that, baby.
All right. Yes, sir. We getting it together. It was my fault. All right. Here we go. We got C83 in the building. Salute to you, brother. I'm never familiar with you, but that's okay. Subscribe to
What up?
86 Knockout and Boxing 86 TV. All right.
And
Make sure
subscribe here as well. You over here, you might well
Yes, sir.
subscribe.
Right, that's right. Cause we alternate, so you have to subscribe to both of us. All right, cause you're gonna get both of us every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. All right, and we got my man Dre the Finest. You dig?
You
What's
dig?
going
What
on?
up, bro?
Yes, sir. And just K is in the building. Everybody getting a notification. Roll right on in here. King calling on. What's going on, baby? What's going on? And we got my man. Mr. Mechanical. He said, "What's up, OG and Knockout Boxing?
What's
What's
up,
going on
Mr.
with you?"
Mechanical? Salute,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Salute.
Young world is up in here. What's going on, young world? Salute to KQ and Knockout Boxing and the chat. All
Young
right.
world.
Yes, sir. And we got Mr. Lightning World is up in here. All right. Salute, OG and Knockout. Yes, sir.
Salute, bro. Salute.
And Mr. McKenna and chat. Yes, everybody. All right. Okay. So far, that's what we got. Everybody else going to be following in also pretty soon. And like I said, it was a good day, not night, a good day of boxing. All right. So we only had about about a 6-hour break. And of course, thanks to Knockout Boxing. And that's what I'm saying, Knockout Boxing, he's a good dude. All right. He reaches out to people that, when he knows something ain't right. You know what I mean? St. Louis Banks. What's
What
going
up,
on,
St.
St. Louis?
Louis Mix? Salute, man.
All right. So, because, the old boy fell asleep, right? The old boy fell asleep playing with dolls with his granddaughter, right? She got mad at you, right? I get that. You sleep? No, I ain't sleep, right? But anyway, fell asleep. But thanks to Knockout Boxing, because he knows that, hey, I always like to watch fights, and I like to watch the smaller weights too, as far as the bigger weights. So I came right in on a damn good fight. All right. So we're going to cover that and more. All right. So what you got?
Hey, man. Hey, I ain't do it. I ain't do it for you. I'm just tired of hearing Andre Ward. Like, where the hell KQ at, bro? What's going on? I can't listen to Andre Ward say the words body language no more. I'm already getting drunk. So I told myself I was gonna take a shot. Every time you say body language, I'm gonna take a shot. I'm 2 fights in. I done said the shit 3 times. Like, bro, why you talking about body language? These is set up fights. They 4-round fights. We know who gonna win. Why you acting like scoring is important? They beating the shit out the dude. Oh, he gotta show he the boss. He gotta show he got the good body language. I'm like, God damn.
And appreciate you, JSK. Appreciate you, JSK.
You know what I'm saying?
You just to Knockout Boxing. Yes, sir.
I appreciate that, bro. But yeah, man, we gotta have KQ on the call, so y'all don't worry. If I see he ain't on the call, I'm gonna call his ass. I'm gonna call his ass, see what the hell going on. We need him to call the fights. I don't care if he's tired. We wake up. Wake up and call these fights for us, man. We need you. We need
say
the streets need you.
Body language. Yeah, body language. Yeah, body language. Man. He hurt. Everybody know that when you're hurt. That's body language. Yeah. You do that stutter step, right? All right. What you got first up on the agenda?
Man, let's talk about the one you called first, because I was impressed, man. Let's talk about this Bruce Carrington fight, bro. Let's talk about this Bruce Carrington fight. Let's just start right there, man, because that shit, that young man can fight, man. What you got on that fight, bro?
Man, first of all, how old was he? Because
he's 24.
24.
He's 24 years old. Yeah.
Okay, he hasn't been in his prime yet, but he has great reflexes. I saw that. He had great reflexes. He's not scared to mix it up. He will fight you on the outside, and he damn sure will fight you on the inside. And that's what he was doing. He was pretty much hitting with counter punches. And I'm talking about flush. I'm talking about he had good punch placements. Right, and that's what I like. He had great punch placement, and he was hitting right on the money, baby. And I'm talking about they was mixing it up, and I'm talking about that was a great fight. I mean, all action-packed fights, you know. And say little Mick said facts. I'm looking through my YouTube feed like, where is the singing OG? I can't listen to testosterone anymore.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I listened to them for too long, and you know, I've been watching boxing since before YouTube even came around. So that I used to always complain about, like, man, what are they talking about? This is biased. I can tell who they want to win. So now that we got a platform where you can get some unbiased commentary shit, I be looking for that shit. I don't even want to listen to them no more. I watch that shit on mute when I can. So,
but Carrington, he did a great job. What was it, Magruder? I think that's the name. Was it Magruder? Yeah, I think.
Talking about who he was playing? No, he was fighting against Underjaw.
Underjaw. But he was game too. But Magruder had more technical skills. He had more technical skills on Carrington did than he did. You know, he was in there, he was mixing it up. Like I said, he's 24 years old and he's fighting like that. And he's not even hit his prime yet. And that's why I'm saying that these is another generation coming up. And this is why all eyes got to be on these guys. You know, we should have had about 4,000 people just watching that fight alone. Now, of course, this is going to be next generation. Is going to be guys that's going to fight each other. They're going to sit there and do like what we used to do in the old days, right? They're going to go in there and they're going to call them out and they're going to accept. And they're going to get a fight. We're going to get more fights down the line. I'm going to tell you right now, boxing is coming back slowly but surely. And this year is starting it off. This year is kicking it off. Now, yes, you got the guys that want to be divas. You got guys that's out there want to call you out but don't really want to call you out. Right, but they're doing what they have to do to save their reputation. But these young guys, they mean what they say, and they say what they mean. Because Carrington, everything he did last night, all right, he had great defense. He had great tight defense, and he penetrated. He penetrated his opponent defense also, and he was countering him with the left hand. He was counting him with the left hand, and he was going upstairs and downstairs. Then he come in with the big right hand, And one thing I liked about him, that he used each hand to do 3 things. He used that left hand to go upstairs, go around to the body, and also go upstairs with it. And then he come back and get back in his stance. Then he throw the right hand. Then he might throw 2 jabs and a body shot with just that same right hand. You see, he's punching in combinations. That's what he's doing. He's punching in combinations. And that's what I like about him. You know, what you think about it? Knockout.
Man, Bruce Carrington, he can fight, y'all, and I like him because he's gonna grow into a good super featherweight, a good lightweight, because he's fighting at featherweight right now, possibly a good 140 pounder, and could potentially reach 147. The dude is 5'8" with a 72-inch reach. So as he gets stronger and his body fills out, he could be even stronger. So I like just how tall and his kind of his measurables for boxing. Then when you go to the actual skill, man, this kid mean, he got it out. And I told y'all, I feel like he about to go on a knockout streak. He gonna probably knock out his next 8 or 9 opponents, and it ain't because he got so much power. It's because his skills and he mean, and he got the type of defense that I like. Like, people be thinking elusive mean like you got to move all around the ring and use your legs all the time. To me personally, analyzing boxing, that's a whole lot of wasted movement. That's a whole lot of shit that make you tired later on in the fight. I much more prefer the style of defense that you see from a Shakur Stevenson or Earl Spence or Canelo Alvarez or like this young man, Bruce Carrington. And that's rolling with your shit, using head movement, parrying your shit, coming back with shit, always being close enough to where somebody feel like they can hit you so they open up, but having your defense be good enough to where you deflecting shit and you rolling with shit. But since you close to him, you always in a position to fire back. And that's what we saw from Bruce Carrington last night. He wasn't scared to go in the kitchen and touch the skillet. Like, he wasn't scared to be in there with that fire. He was get right in there, and he would roll with shit, and he would always come back. And I like that he can counter while moving forward, which I think is a key in boxing. A lot of counter punchers, they have to be moving back. They better when you aggressive and coming at them, and then they can counter. You know you got somebody that can really fight on your hands when they can counter your ass, rolling with shit, and counter you while still moving forward. And that's something that he got in this game. And then one last quick note on him that a lot of people don't know. A lot of people are high on the kids that are coming out of the Olympics, Duke Reagan, Keyshawn Davis, guys like that. But Bruce Carrington actually beat Duke Reagan in the Olympic trials, and he was going to go to the Olympics, but he just didn't go because of the pandemic. He just decided to go pro instead because he didn't want to wait a year. He didn't want to wait a year, but Bruce Carrington could have been on that Olympic team too because he actually won the Olympic trials, and Duke Reagan went and won a medal as an alternate basically because Bruce Carrington should have been the one that was in there. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I think Bruce Carrington, the sky's the limit. Honestly, of all the prospects that fought last night, I think him and Xander were clearly the most the most impressive. But I like the work that Bruce Carrington did, and it's because he just broke that dude down. He had a game opponent in front of him that didn't want to go anywhere, that wanted to show toughness. I think I saw St. Louis Mix mention it earlier. That dude, the ref told that dude he's gonna stop the fight, and that dude went out there trying to win and going for broke. So I like the test that he got because everybody ain't gonna have that type of heart that he go against. And if you can knock out dudes with heart that's there to be tough, man, if he gets somebody in front of him that ain't really trying to be there, that's trying to get a paycheck, Bruce Carrington gonna beat the shit out of him, man.
Oh yeah.
Salute to my wife in the building too. Salute, baby. Money, I see you. What's up, bro?
Yes, salute to Money Brown. What's going on, Money Brown? Salute to you. And yes, St. Louis Mix. Yes, he can fight on the inside. Yes, he can fight on the inside. He does a great job fighting on the inside, and he knows how to fight on the outside also. And that's what I'm saying. You know, once you know how to fight on the outside, and then you fight on the inside, you're almost a accomplished fighter. You know, but it's called adjustments. Can you make the adjustments? Can you make the adjustments on the fly? And once you get that done, man, you know, you can be almost unstoppable. You know, so I mean, that was a great fight, and that was a great fight for him because he had an opponent, not a sparring partner. He had an opponent. He had an opponent that had something to prove. He had an opponent that's over the bright lights. You had an opponent that was ready to shine, was ready to make an upset, to ready to wreck shit up and break shit up. That's what he wants to do. Just like you guys. You guys say, ain't gonna be no Earl and Bud. It's gonna be you guys and Bud. How about that? Right? He want to rack it up. Right? He want to put a monkey wrench in it. And that's what that guy wanted to do last night with Bruce Carrington. All right. And I mean, man, it was a great fight and top rank. That's one thing I keep telling you all. one thing about Top Rank, they will get their prospect, contenders, whatever you want to call them, coming out the amateurs. We talking about round 6s, 8s, or 10s, whatever, right? They make them shine. They let them shine. They put them on the cards, and I'm good with that. But once they become that star, once they become that notoriety of Top Rank, they own man, put it that way. Then, like Bob Aaron said this morning, I hold my breath every time we have a Puerto Rican fighter. We went through the same shit with Cotto. He said, well, every time we go through a fighter that we pretty much prop up and make him shine, right? We get that lump in our throat. This is quote unquote. This from Bob Aaron. We get a lump in our throat because he must thought that his main event fighter Berlanga was in trouble or didn't do shit or gonna get a bad rap. I don't know, but we're gonna get to that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Let's do another fight real quick, and then I wanna I got a story I want to throw to you now. The earlier fights, man. The earlier fights on Pro Bellum, man. Regis Prograde.
Whoa.
And Tyrone McKenna. That one. I got some little nuggets I want to drop on that one, but I'm gonna let obviously KQ go first and salute to Rodney Vance. I see Tay in the building, Charles Granger, everybody in the building, man. Y'all smash that like button for us one time as you come in here. You got Evander Holyfield dropping super chats, man. You had Chocolatito the other week. You got some famous people dropping you money, man.
Man,
you know what I'm
saying? I see, Evander, I understand, Evander. I know you ain't got no money, right? Because you got all them kids, right? And you got that mansion in Atlanta you can't pay for. So I understand, dude. I understand, right? Food stamps is on the rise, right? So Mr. Holyfield. And that
like that, damn Evander, like you got your son looking good, Evan Holyfield looking good. All you got is $1, Evander. God damn.
Yes, sir. Holyfield got kids everywhere, baby.
Yeah, he do, man. He do. What you got on Regis Prograde and Tyrone McKenna, man? What's up with that fight, man?
Okay, when I first saw them coming out for the directions on the rules, regulations that they usually go over in the dressing room, but I looked how tall McKenna was. And I said, wow, McKenna is towering over Regis.
6'1".
Yes, 6'1".
6'1", yeah.
Yes. But Regis was pretty much, it didn't phase him. If you looked at Regis' program yesterday, he was very, very sure of himself. He was taking his time, and he knew what he had to do. He knew what he wanted to do. And like round 1, he took his time. All right? It wasn't filling out round. It was just, I'm going to land this shot when I get ready to land this shot. That's how he had the attitude. He was pretty much throwing it like, yeah, bam, there go one, bam, there go one, bam. You're going to get one later. All right? And he was kind of like, putting it in neutral for a minute. Then he stepped up, and then he stepped up with that left hand. Then he went down the pipe with the left hand. Then he started using his right hook. But don't count McKenna out yet, because McKenna was game. McKenna was counter-punching Regis. He was counter-punching Regis. But Regis made this fight harder than it should have been, because Regis should have went in there and got him out of there sooner than he should have. Because when you have a guy that's 6'1", you ain't focusing on the head. Don't focus on the head. Break the body down first. You right there anyway, so break the body down first. And Regis didn't do that right away. Now, he did go down to the body here and there, a little bit here, a little bit there, but still, Regis fought a good fight, and he sat down on his punches. Now, I don't like when a southpaw get left hand crazy. And I think Regis was getting too happy with the left hand because he was scoring at will when he threw it. Now, McKenna was still game. He still was game, and you can tell with the eye getting swollen and everything that Regis was sitting down on his punches. But Regis doesn't get the credit he deserved. I'm going to put it out there. He doesn't. Regis Prograde is very, very the media forgets him. The media don't put him in the same conversations with the other 140 pounders. They never did. And it looked like they never will. Why? I wonder why it's that, because Regis Prograde has a great backstory coming out of New Orleans, after coming out of Hurricane Katrina, lost everything, then relocated in Texas, hooked up with Ronnie Shields and the Charlos. All right. He has a great backstory. And now he signed with Probellum. Remember, he fought Josh Taylor also, which I think he won that fight, but still in all, Regis Prograde is really, really underrated, right? But he doesn't get that respect that he deserves. Now, I don't know why they don't give him that respect, but he should, because what he did yesterday, he fought a 6'1" guy and he fought him well. He came in there and did what he had to do. He took his time. He did carry his hands too low. The hands should have been a little bit higher, but he kept it a little bit low. But he still was racking up points by slapping him with that left, using that right hook, using that check hook, and that straight southpaw left hand down the pipe. So Regis did a very good job. So, but he couldn't get him out of there. And one thing about it, he wasn't looking for the knockout, like you said. He was looking for bigger and better fights down the line. But first, he had to secure that.
Oh, he stopped him. He stopped him.
You know,
he stopped him in the 6th round. He stopped him.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a cold knockout.
Oh, like a cold knockout. Yeah,
right.
That TKO shit. He wanted to sleep him. Yeah, he didn't sleep him. He got stopped because of a cut. But I feel you.
But still, that's still a good look for Regis, and I think he might need to do a little more work to get their attention. But I just don't like when the media, old media, and sometimes new media, they don't give Regis Prograde the credit he deserves. And I think he deserves a lot of credit. I think he's always in the gym. He's a gym rat. While here, when he get to New Orleans to visit family and friends, he's right in the gym. And he lives in Texas, right in the gym. It is what it is. And congratulations to Regis Prograde. So he want to stay at 140. Now, one thing about it, he don't want to move up right now. He want to become a 2-time champion at 140. So with Josh Taylor dropping the belts, that could be possible. So, all right. And that's all I got on Regis.
Yeah, man. So, real quick before I get on the fight, I can answer your question why they do them like that. It's because of Top Rank and ESPN. And what I mean by that is they control the 140-pound division. You look at the champion, it's Josh Taylor. You look at the guys you always hear about at the top. You always hear about Jose Ramirez. You always hear about Jose Zepeda. You always hear about Pedraza. You always hear about Teofimo Lopez, who just moved up. And so the media always talks about them, big ups those fighters. Fighters like Regis, they don't get talked about enough because they're not signed to who controls the division. Same thing with people talk about Gary Antoine Russell now because he just had a fight. You hear a little bit about the guy Subriel Matias, but both of those guys are signed to the PBC. So Regis is out here kind of really, in my opinion, he's top 1 or 2 in 140 pounds, but because they don't want to big up him, they don't want to push him since he's not with Top Rank, he don't get the same push that a lot of those other guys get. And I'll tell you right now, Regis, based on what I've seen from Jose Ramirez, Regis will beat his ass. He'll beat up Zepeda. Like, he'll beat a lot of these fighters, you know what I'm saying? And I probably think he could probably even get Josh Taylor in the rematch, who's probably about to vacate his belts and move up. Now, what I do like is because Richard Schaefer is so good at what he does, he has Regis in the position to fight for the WBC title because that fight last night between him and McKenna was a final eliminator. So if Josh Taylor does move up, and relinquish his WBC belt, then Regis will be in position to fight for that vacant title. Now, as far as the fight itself, Omega Red, what up, bro? Ray Patterson, what's good? Regis Prograde, he looked okay. I mean, he did his thing. You could tell the difference in levels when McKenna was kind of being competitive in the first round, and then the first time Regis touched him with a left hand in the first round, he reacted to it, fell all the way back, started. I'm like, oh, he can't take Regis' power, and then slowly but surely, Regis started walking him down. A couple of improvements I did like. Number one, he let his hands go and threw more combinations in this fight, and usually Regis would throw 1 or 2, maybe 3 at the most, but he was letting this stuff go in combinations last night, which I really like.
Right.
And then the only thing, he still takes shots on the inside. His head movement and rolling with punches is not where I like it to be. But Regis is the type to where he's such a dog and he like to fight so much. If he get to a point where he don't respect your power, he'll let you hit him just to get his shit off. You know what I'm saying? He'll give up his chin a little bit because he trusts his chin to be able to counter you and shit. And so I believe that's what he was doing with McKenna. McKenna couldn't really touch him. And so he just walked him down, beat him up, and did his thing. One little thing I wanted to touch on, KQ, and everybody in the chat. Regis, if you go back to his last couple of fights, he kind of looked a little chubby. You know what I'm saying? He had trouble making weight on one of them. And he didn't look as strong and as sturdy in those fights. In this fight, he looked in a lot better shape. He looked in a lot better shape in this fight. Like, he took it serious. But one key nugget is he got the same nutritionist that Errol Spence has for his camp right now.
Wow.
They got the same nutritionist. Now, the nutritionist is also Errol Spence's strength and conditioning coach, but Regis has his own strength and conditioning coach, but he does have the same nutritionist that Spence has. So I'm curious to see. Regis looked in shape. He had a good gas tank. He was throwing more combinations. I'm interested to see if this guy did something for Errol Spence Jr. too, because I'm telling you right now, with how Regis looked, if Errol Spence go in there and look good, this guy that's doing their nutrition and Errol Spence's strength and conditioning, his name is Fight to Be Fit. He gonna have a lot of people knocking on his door, man. Wow. He gonna have a lot of people knocking on his door. So that is one thing I saw with Regis Prograde. He looked a lot more muscular, a lot more lean, and he was in better shape in this fight than he had been in his last 2 fights. So very, very happy to see him get a W, win his final eliminator, and hopefully he can be, back in play to fight for, a belt, man, and become a champion again, and maybe start unifying, assuming he can keep making 140 pounds for the foreseeable future. So I thought it was a good performance, man.
Yeah, it was. It was a great performance by Regis, and like I said, he got a great backstory. The only thing about it is the level of respect. And you can love them or loathe them, like I said, but at least give them their respect when they do in the ring. I mean, if he's in the ring, he's doing what he's supposed to do. I'm talking about you doing some smart boxing. Give him his credit. Give him his credit. Give him his 5-minute fame. I don't care if it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes. All right. Let's say Regis outpost such and such or something. Give him some type of headline, because I think he's paying his dues. I think he paid his dues, and now he's on his way up. He talking about a ex-champion. He was an ex-champion, and now he's trying to get his get back again. So, I mean, go ahead, Regis. I'm proud of you, man. And like I say, you was homeless one while. You moved to Texas. You had to do what you had to do, but you stayed in that gym. So go right ahead, baby. Go right ahead. Because I'm going to tell you something. Practice make perfect. I believe that. I honestly believe that. And let me tell you why, just for a minute. Because when I was in high school, I was pretty much chasing women, right? And I was girl crazy, right? Just like my son is now, right? I was just girl crazy and didn't want to go to basketball practice. And I looked terrible. Then once I got my head on my shoulders and I started going to practice more and showing up to practice early, then I started getting better. So same way with boxing, all right? You got to stay in that gym. You got to stay sharp. You got to stay sharp. You got to fight or not. You still got to stay sharp. And I think that's what Regis does. Regis always stand in the gym. If it's not in New Orleans, it's in Texas. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, all right. But we will be having him on the show, on my show, in the week after next. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we will have Ronnie Shields Friday, at 1:00. All right. So me and Knockout Boxing, we will be doing an interview together if he has time. All right. So
yes, sir. Right. Yes, sir. Salute to Exit the Red, Rick Timms, Felix Nunez, Emmanuel Pettigrew. Go ahead and catch a super chat, OG. Then I got something. I think I'm gonna make you mad this morning. I want to ask you something real quick.
Okay, we got my man Big Shaq the God, and that wow. Chat. How he said, Blair, let his mouth write a check that his ass Kqkc.
All facts.
Yes,
all
sir.
facts. We gonna get to it, but since we
Yes,
were
sir.
just talking about the 140-pound division, I
Okay.
wanted to ask you something because the new rankings came out for the 140-pound division, and would you know that having never fought at 140 pounds, coming off of an ass whooping, would you know that Teofimo Lopez is the number 2 contender in the WBO? And so now when Josh Taylor vacates, his first shot in the 140-pound division will probably be a title shot against this dude named Liam Perro or something. What do you think of Teofimo Lopez becoming the number 2 contender at 140 pounds? And just so we know, they got him above Catterall, the guy that really beat Josh Taylor. They got him above Jose Ramirez. They got him above Zepeda. They got him above Regis Prograde. Yeah, and they don't even have Gary Antoine Russell in their rankings or Subriel Matias. So yeah, they got Teofimo Lopez, number 2 in the world in the WBO rankings for 140 pounds. He is in line to fight for the WBO title as soon as Josh Taylor moves up and vacates his belts. What's your thoughts on that, KQ?
Man, that's crazy. First of all, that's political. We know that's Bob Arum. We know that's what he's doing. And right now, Teofimo Lopez, first of all, I thought he was moving up because of the ass whooping he got from Camboza. And that's what I thought. Okay. And that might be true still and all. But also, just like Lomachenko, just like little baby G, Lomachenko, he did what 3 fights? He's in a championship fight. And the 3rd fight out there. Now, they're doing Lopez like that. Now, keep in mind, they didn't do Terrence Bud Crawford like that, right? No, they didn't. No. Now, I'm not the one to play the race game. I'm not the one to play the race card. But sometimes, when it's right in your face and it's right there smacked in your face, you have to say something or you have to put it where it should be. And now Bob Arum, he is never going to change. Bob Arum been like this since day one, since the Muhammad Ali days, since the Herbert Muhammad days. He's not going to change. He's not going to change at all. And now Lopez and his daddy is pretty much putting themselves in a position. Now, they can lose or they can win. But 9 out of 10, when you put yourself in a position like that and your back is against the wall, then, you get to panicking. Now, some people say, well, maybe Lopez, when he move up, he's going to do this. He can do that. No. Like I told you, when a fighter trying to change something or trying to change his style, it don't take one training camp. It don't take 2 training camps. God damn, it take almost 3 years to change your fighting style if you've been fighting like that your whole life. And he's not going to go up to 140, and fight those guys up there the way he been fighting at 135. Or 130, whatever you want, whatever your flavor is. All right. He's not going to sit there and do that. But what they doing is a disgrace. And what they doing right now, they're doing it right in our face. Right in our face. Other words, they saying, listen, we don't give a shit about you. We don't care about you. All we want to do is for you to buy our tickets, buy our pay-per-view. That's all you supposed to do. Let us handle the rest. So they put whoever they want up there. Next thing you know, they got Snoop Doggy Dogg. He's going to be ranked number 1, pound for pound, right? And what? We ain't going to got nothing to say about it. We don't have nothing to say about it. And you know what? And some of us going to be okay with that. But some of us not okay with that. See, sometimes you got to speak out. Sometimes you got to let them know. Hell, an email will do the trick. I mean, a Twitter will do the trick. Instagram will do the trick. But sometimes, look, stop playing us. Stop playing us. We are boxing fans and we are not casual fans. We know how this works. All right? We got an idea how this works. So Bob trying to be slick. They are trying to be slick. ESPN trying to be slick. All right, because they thought that Lopez was the one. He was the guy. He was been the next darling of Top Rank, just after little G, little baby shoes, Lomachenko. All right, because that's why I call him baby shoes. Because I saw him sitting down one day like he wore a size 3. Right, a size 3. Right, and those are baby shoes. Right, so therefore, I really believe that it's all cap. It's all cap. It's no
Yeah,
way.
man.
It's no way. I mean, it's no way. And you know what? And what makes so bad about it, they get away with it. They get away with it. That what kills me with this shit. They get away with it. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And man, wow. And they okay with it, right? And the fighter, they don't care. They say, yeah, I deserve it. Man, oh yeah, I am this and I am that. You know, and we are the one that's stuck there scratching our head like, well, how the hell they get that done? Well, how the hell that? You know, same with this so-called pound for pound list, right? And like Jamal, you know, he really embarrassed me, boy. I mean, he really did. Like, we only use 12% of our damn brain, right? You know, I don't know where he got that shit from, but all right, you need to go back to school. 12% of my brain. I think I use more than that. All right, at least I think I do. All right, but still, you know, here we go. Here we go. They think we stupid. They think we don't know anything. They think we just gonna sit back and ollie by like we've been doing and say, "Oh, that's okay. We still gonna watch it. We still gonna pay for it." No. It don't work that way. And like I said, I'm gonna keep my feet on their necks. All right. So you might as well get used to it. All right. I don't care. You're a content creator or a promoter or a matchmaker. All right. So I mean, it's phony what they're doing. It's bullshit what they're doing. So that's how I look at it. You know. So.
Yeah, man. So and salute to Zenith 360, Ashley's Corner, Snacks B, everybody in the building, man. Y'all smash it like Bado Boy. I see you, Devin Blocker. What up? You know, everybody, y'all smash the like button as you come in here. So here's my thoughts on it, man. I know what it is like, and I see y'all's comments, right? Like whatever Bob orders, that's Bob's belt. That's just boxing. Like I see all that shit, right? But that don't mean I'm gonna just be quiet, right?
Exactly.
Because I know what it is or how it go and all that. The shit's wrong, bro. The shit's wrong. Like, I'm tired of watching fighters get opportunities that they don't deserve or they haven't earned. Like only in boxing are fans made to sit and be okay with shit that's not based on how good you are and how competitive you are and how you perform. Like we literally sit here and watch fighters get opportunities that they don't necessarily deserve. Now, that's not to say that Teofimo Lopez can't become champion one day, but to watch a fighter get an opportunity coming off of a loss at a lower weight class, and then your first fight in the new weight class could potentially be for a world title. When you got guys that have been undefeated, you got guys that have been wrecking shit, you got guys that maybe have lost but worked their way back up into a ranking system, and then all of a sudden, boom, you get to jump the line like Jack Catterall, you know what I'm saying? Like he beat Josh Taylor for real, put on a good ass fight, a close ass fight, and now here he is on the outside looking in. Teofimo Lopez jumps him. He jumps Jose Ramirez, who's a former unified champion, only lost to the undisputed champion, and just came back and beat a top contender. He's jumped over him. Jose Zapata, same thing. Like it's just it's not right. I'm tired of shit like this. I'm watching Josh Warrington, as a matter of fact, this week. He's fighting Kiko Martinez for a world title down at 126 pounds in the IBF, and he just got his ass whooped his last two fights, bro.
Yeah,
he just got the shit beat out of him by Mauricio Lara his last two fights, and Mauricio Lara just had to fight some dude that we never heard of. He didn't get that opportunity, bro. Like only in boxing does this shit happen, and that's why I don't understand. Like some of you guys, some of you ladies, some of you people in boxing, you still will include resume and accolades and shit when you ranking these fighters, acting like you blind to the fact that certain fighters get opportunities that other fighters don't get, bro.
Right.
Like how can you include that shit? Why would you include somebody's resume or somebody's accolades on your ranking system, or if you ranking a fighter or some shit, knowing that certain fighters get opportunities that others don't get? Like how you know this fighter just better because they got a better resume? Well, they had an opportunity to get the job. They wouldn't even get his person the job to build their damn resume. How you know they better, bro? That's why I don't include that shit. But everybody that they're like, I don't know about your list. I don't know how you be ranking these fighters. That's why, bro. I watch fighters get shit that they don't deserve. Like I know for a fact Josh Warrington is fighting for a world title. Okay, he fighting for a world title against Kiko Martinez. But I know this other guy that's not fighting for a world title, Mauricio Lara. I know 100% for a fact he better than Josh Warrington. But he don't get that same shot. So Josh Warrington could potentially go become a 2-time champion and shit. People gonna be big up in him. Oh, he's one of the best at 126 pounds. He's one of the top dogs. No, he's not.
Right.
No,
exactly.
He's not. I don't believe in that shit. And it's the same thing with Teofimo Lopez. Like, you're not gonna tell me that if Teofimo Lopez get his shot, he beat on Liam Perro, he win a world title. You're not gonna convince me that he all of a sudden, because he goes and wins that world title at Liam Perro, you ain't gonna convince me all of a sudden that he's one of the best 140-pound fighters in the world. When I got Regis Prograde, I got Subriel Matias, I got Gary Antoine Russell, I got Jose Zepeda, I got Jose Ramirez, I got Pedraza, who looked good in this loss against Ramirez, I got Montana Love. You're not gonna convince me that he's better than them because they put him in a position that he didn't deserve, bro. I'm not rocking with that shit, bro. So I didn't like the shit when I saw it. I'm ranting on it right here, and I'm probably make a video on this shit too. Zena says it's about privilege. You goddamn right.
That's right, Zena. You know what? You're right,
you goddamn right.
Because it's a shame that everybody look at the resumes. Like I said, look at me. Let's say I'm not no boxer, but let's just say I was. I'm 27-0, right? I'm undefeated, right? So I must be a bad boy, right? Oh man, I'm a champ. I'm a bad boy. But when you go in my resume and you look and see who I fought, you see Snoopy, you see Fred Flintstone, you see all the other guys, and you be like, who the hell is these, right? Who the hell is these people, right? Man, no wonder he's undefeated. No wonder. And that's the same thing happened with Blair the Flair. How you think he got 15-0, right? Because soft touches, right? What happened to Berlanga, right? Soft touches. He didn't know how to make adjustments. So what he did, he got shut down. He got shut out last night. And we're gonna get to that, but I'm just saying, right? And you're right, Zena. You damn right. Because right now resumes don't count for shit. They don't look at resumes. They don't care about resumes. It's about your name. It's about who you with. It's who promotes you, and it's about who you are. That's all it is. That's how boxing's working right now. Boxing need to go back to the old school, the old way. If you're going to talk smack, you got to bag it up. You got to get in the ring. It shouldn't be that damn difficult to make a fight. All right? All you got to do is have the money to get the venue. All right? You get the venue. You ain't getting no deposit back, so you might as well forget about that. All right? Then, all the fighters, you agree to make this fight. Now, either you scared or you don't want to fight. Which one is it? All right, make the fight.
And OG, here's the thing too. If T.O. go get a championship belt, bro, we already saw how he acted as a champion. He ain't gonna be running around that hole trying to fight the best competition. He gonna stall dudes out, hold on to that belt, try to get a voluntary, defense here and there, and then until somebody exposes his ass again, bro. He ain't gonna get that hole and then try to go like if Regis win the WBC belt, he ain't gonna try to go unify with him and no shit like that. He ain't gonna be running around this whole trying to fight other champions and the best and shit. He gonna do exactly what he did when he got the belt at 140. So it's just not good, bro. And I hate this about our sport because at least in some other sports, like you get to really find out who is the best because they ain't got no choice. In boxing, with its politics and all these unfair opportunities and shit, you don't never really hardly ever get to see who truly is the best at a particular division because people get privileged. They get a belt or they get called the best, and then they don't want to go prove it, and now we don't get to see the fights that we want to see. So I don't want to see this because so far back in 2019 and 2020, the junior welterweight division, 140 pounds, it was a get the smoke division. Everybody was getting that smoke. All the best fighters was fighting each other. I don't want somebody coming into the division messing that shit up, bro. I don't want them coming in messing that shit up. But let's get to the next fight, man. Since we running low on time, we want to make sure.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Let me get to. I missed the super chat.
Okay.
I missed two. Okay. Dre Defiance and that super chat. Dre Defiance said if Bob gets his hands on them belts, all right, at 135, it's a wrap. No doubt about it. It is a wrap. All right. And I appreciate you, Dre the Finest. All right.
Yeah, salute, Dre. Salute.
Yep. And we got another. We got Phyllis New Ass. I know he came with another. He came with a super chat. Hold on. Okay. And I just want to recognize you guys. Okay. That's Dre. I think Phoenix was before Felix.
Yeah, he got. I found it. I scrolled up and found it.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, he said Regis looked in the best shape ever, in
I
my
see it.
opinion.
Okay.
He had abs. Yeah, man. He got that same
Yes,
coach.
sir.
He got that same coach Earl Spence got, bro.
Mm-hmm. Phyllis New ass in that chat. So after today, I'm not gonna send a super chat. Super be, I'm pressed for time. So I'm just doing the weekly shows. Okay. There you go.
All good.
Right.
All good. So let's talk about one of your favorite young fighters, because it's like 3 more fights we just gotta get to, and then we gotta talk about some of these stories, man, because it's some shit I gotta get your thoughts on. Xander Zayas versus Quincy Lavalley, man. Your boy Xander.
Ooh, man.
Your boy Xander, man. What you think of that fight, bro?
Man,
what you got on there? I thought Xander looked good, man.
Man, he did look good. He got a new hairstyle, new attitude, and he looked in shape, and he looked bigger. So I'm not talking about big, but I'm talking about muscular big. He was in perfect shape. I'm talking about like he was like 110, damn near 110, perfect in shape. And now Zayas, now keep in mind, he went pro at the age of 17 years old, something like Devin Haney. But Zayas is a little more fundamentally sound. I'm talking with the punches, all right? He can punch, and he has power behind those punches. He can move. He got great feet also, and he's a great ring IQ. He's very smart in that ring. He knows how to make adjustments. He knows how to get to the body. He knows how to get to the kidneys. He knows how to tumble jab. He knows how to shovel jab. God damn it. He knows everything about everything at a young age. Now, he's only 19 years old. 19 years old. Now, of course, Valalis, I think I'm saying it right. Right. Now, for some reason, he thought he was trying to set a trap for Zayas, right? By standing in the corner. Right. If you notice, he always went to the corner and he'll wave him in. All right. But Xander, being that smart, ring IQ fighter at the age of 19, he pretty much picked his shots. He feinted in, feinted out, feinted in, then bam, he landed the right hand. Then bam, he landed the kidney shot. All right. Then bam, he landed the liver shot. All right. Then he pulled out. And then Valalis, when he felt that last liver shot, he got the hell up out of there. And he brought it right back to the center of the ring. And that was Xander's bread and butter right there in the center of the ring. The young man is special. I would love. I mean, he ain't even hit his prime yet.
I can't wait till I want to see what he look like when he's 24, 25 years old, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I ain't gonna hold y'all.
I mean, like I said, I'm no fanboy, but I know a fighter and a damn good fighter when I see it. And right now, I think Xander is going to be one of the greatest. All right. We talking about Teo Trinidad style, that type of greatest. All right. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to go undefeated the rest of his life, but that doesn't matter. You still going to be a great fighter and still have a loss on your record. And I think that he is the man. I think right now he'll have no way but up. All right. I don't even think he knows how to lose right now, because he's in a weight class right now that he is dominating. And I would love to see him every time he get in that ring to step it up, get the best of the best that you can handle. Now, like I say, weight classes are there for a reason. I always believe that. But I believe this young man can go up one weight class and still do the same thing. Not two, but one, and still do the same thing. Now, he was very cautious, but he was landing too. He wasn't shy. He just was cautious. Now, of course, we all know that one punch can change the whole scenario in a fight. And he was cautious of that. He was very cautious of that. And then he started in the later rounds, as you noticed on Knockout, if you looked at his facial expression, he was sitting down on his punches. He was biting down on that mouthpiece. And I never seen him go in like he did. I mean, he was going upstairs. Then he would go with the right hook.
He was trying to get the stoppage. Shit, Lavallee was just too down. He tough as shit, bro.
That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to get the stoppage. He bit down on that mouthpiece. He went upstairs. He went downstairs. Verlander didn't know where to put his guard up at. He didn't know where to cover up at because Zayas was all over him. He was upstairs, downstairs, around the corner. He was down the block. Hell, he was everywhere, baby. And I'm talking about he can fight. And I can't wait. I can't wait till the next fight, baby. I'm telling you, wow, wow, wow. And that was a good fight. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed calling that fight. Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah, sir. Man. So I see you, Kano. Salute to you, bro.
Yes,
and Dante, Delano, Teach, everybody in the building. Underground, I see you. Salute to you, bro.
Kano, you did a great job.
I see y'all talking about Polacco. Polacco like 24, 25 years old though. He like 4 or 5 years older than Xander. He probably get him right now, but shit, what's gonna happen in 3 or 4 years? Like that man only 19 years old, so still give me Xander as a fighter to build up on. But Polacco, he looked like the truth. I went and watched him after we talked about it the first time, Kano. You know, behind the scenes or whatever. But for Xander Zayas' performance, look, I said it after he fought. I keep forgetting the guy's name, man. He fought. It was Sanchez or somebody where he almost punched himself out. He took some punishment, man. It was like 2 fights ago. Y'all give me a minute because I want to make sure I got the guy's name right because I tried to bring it up on Friday and I couldn't remember the guy's name. His name is Sanchez. Yeah. So when he fought Sanchez, he didn't show enough patience to me. He didn't show enough. He didn't show enough like just chilling. But he showed a lot of patience in his last few fights. I think that's why he got those stoppages. I think that's why he looked so good against Lavallee. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why he looked so good against Lavallee because he was patient. He didn't punch himself out. Once he realized Lavallee wasn't going nowhere, he just kept trying to break him down. Then he went for the stoppage again in the last round, which is cool. Yeah. This is the last round. You ain't got to fight no more. He didn't get it. All good. But he was able to win every single round. He put his punches together well. I think his gas tank is getting better. He's throwing more punches, landing more punches. He had one round. It was like the second round. He landed like damn near 60 power punches or some shit and threw like 100. If you can work like that at 154 pounds, which is where he's at right now, or let's say he moves to 160 or 168, with his skills, if he becomes a guy that can throw somewhere between 75 to 90 punches around in those weight classes, guys, it's going to be hard to beat him. You're going to have to hurt him to beat him. He's going to become one of these guys that where it's going to be just so hard to outbox him because of his skills and because of his work rate. And he showed that he could potentially grow into that because his combinations are so fluid and he's able to throw a bunch of punches while also being defensively responsible. So I like what I see from Xander Zayas, man. I'm very, very excited about him as a prospect. I think at 19 years old, man, you can leap and get so much better because he's still basically a kid. So the Xander Zayas is 19 gonna look different at 22 years old. Xander Zayas at 22 gonna look different from the one at 25. And I got you, Kano. I hope they fight. I hope they fight one day, and then we'll see what happens. I know Polacco is a southpaw. He gonna have different angles and shit that Xander Zayas might not be prepared for. Looking at Xander right now, I think he fought so far really only orthodox fighters, so they need to get him in there with a southpaw soon. But shit, let's have some Puerto Rican on Puerto Rican crime, bro. I'm with it. I'm with it. Or I don't even know if Polacco is from there, but I think he's from either PR or Dominican Republic. But shit, let's get it on, bro. I'll be all down for that fight. I ain't here to protect nobody, but I like what I saw from the homie Xander Zayas. So it is what it is. Great performance by him. What you want to get on that comment real quick before we get to the next story?
Oh yeah. We got my man saying you don't know boxing. Oh gee, does the LWC means the Liars Boxing Den Community? No, not really. It means that the LWC is just an abbreviation for how your mother feels when she get that thumb up her ass. That's all. Yeah. But I'm not going to tell you what the other abbreviation means, but, that's how she feels. She feels that, put the left hand on your neck and put the other thumb in her ass, right? And she said, well, you asked her how it feels, and she said, it feels fine. She said, LWC strong. All right.
Damn.
Get out of here. All right. Okay, go ahead. All right. You always interrupting something. All right.
That's tough. That's tough. You surprised me with that one too. You did that shit the last time, man.
It's always
I saw you highlight that shit.
No.
I saw you highlight that shit. Then I read. I was like, man, he better say something.
See, you know, see, Knockout. You know when you're growing. You know when you're growing because you get comments like that, right?
Yeah.
And another challenge, they start building off of you. All right, and get attention off of you, and no, so hey, go ahead on and do your thing, Knockout. You know, because when you're growing,
we gonna grind, bro.
Yes,
we gonna grind. Ain't no stopping. We here all the time, every week. So, man, I keep trying to piss OG off today, y'all. I'm trying to get him with these stories and see if I can make him mad. So, you know, the Ukraine, they gonna let Alexander Usyk, which is cool because he ain't in the way of shit and he deserves to defend his title. But they about to let Alexander Usyk and Vasily Lomachenko come on back and fight. They said, we don't need y'all. We'll go ahead and let Russia take shit over. You know what I'm saying? We'll let them take shit over. Y'all go ahead and y'all go fight in y'all boxing matches. You know what I'm saying? So, what you think of that, man? You think they should be coming back here fighting boxing matches with all the shit going on in the Ukraine? Or what does this mean for Devin Haney? What should he do, man? Just your overall thoughts on that whole situation, man.
Well, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. And I think what they doing is pretty much, it was all bullshit. They don't love their country. They don't give a shit about their country. It was a photo op for one, because he was standing there with a gun and a uniform. I've never been in the army, so I don't know. And I know one thing. You in the middle of a war zone. You want to take a photo op and your AK is on your shoulder? It's not in your hand ready to fight or fire? I mean, come on. Now, Lomachenko, please, baby shoes. Listen, don't try to play us. And Bob, I know you got something to do with this. All right. And that's what they did. They played Devin Haney. They played Bill Haney. I talked to Bill. And Bill said, yeah, they tried to use them. They tried. But when they found out that, hey, listen, we are our own promotional company. You can't do what you used to do to other fighters because we are our own boss, really. Well, Eddie Hearn pretty much is kind of like a co-promoter, just like Frank Warren and Bob Arum. But they full of shit. All right. Ukraine is full of shit. Right. And I don't wish war on nobody, but you know, sometimes karma is a motherfucker, right? And karma, is gonna catch up with Ukraine. How can you sit there and wash your ass into a war and you're gonna waltz right out? Here, come on in, yes sir. Put on a uniform, right? He ain't never fired off no pistol. He's never been on the front line. He's never seen any action. Right? That reminds me of a friend I had. He came back from the war. Oh, he thought he was looking good in his uniform, everything. Come to find out, he was over there, all right. But what was he doing? He was filing papers and shit. He wasn't in no damn war zone. He was filing papers. And what Lomachenko's doing is a disgrace to his family, his culture, and everything else. Boxing should be the last thing on his damn mind. Now, he got family members over there. They are starving. They hiding under damn buttocks and shit. They hiding under dead bodies and shit. I mean, come on. I mean, really? You really love boxing that much? Or Bob is bribing you to come back? Bob ain't shit. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know why everybody love Bob and going down the most historical, rememberable promoter it is. Yeah, he's memorable, all right. Yes, he's memorable for being a crooked ass promoter. That's what he memorable is. That's what he is. And he's a crook. He's a damn crook. And then you got Usyk. Usyk just smile, looking crazy and shit. They probably don't want his ass over there anyway, because he probably got a crazy ass mental problem. I don't know. But one thing,
Usyk over there probably doing fucking war crimes and shit. Usyk crazy for real, bro.
Usyk just smiling and shit, right?
Yeah,
Usyk ain't get this motherfucker out of here, right?
Usyk a damn fool, man.
I know. I mean, it's a disgrace. Now, let's just take this scenario. I'm gonna throw this out here. Look at me. All right, look. If I was at the age, right, well, I probably would never go to war. If they had a draft, because I'm the only son. But when you the only boy or whatever, or you got brothers, all right, saving motherfucking Private Lomachenko. That's what it is. All right. Everybody else is trying to save him. No, forget about everybody else. And I know how his comrades or his platoon people feel. They all probably want to jump his ass. They always want to beat his ass. I know. I mean, come on now. Y'all saw Full Metal Jacket, right? I mean, tie his ass down and beat his ass with some soap or something like that. Because how can you just be the only one to go home? All right? He's the only one to go home, and you ain't did a damn thing. You ain't been over there a month. A month. And you gonna leave your family over there just to come back over here and box? They starving. They can't even get a fucking cracker. A cracker. Man, and here you is coming over here, and you're gonna be living like a king, you know, according to where they live, you know. And Russia, they moving, they going closer, they moving in. If you watch the news, they moving in, they getting closer and closer. Ukraine about to be no more. All right, Ukraine is about to be a piece of Russia. Ukraine about to be South Russia. Okay, that's what it's about to be. And Lomachenko sat there and said he going there to help his damn family. He is full of shit, just like his damn promoter, full of shit. There ain't nothing happened to Bob when he got caught bribing a government body official. They didn't do nothing but give him a slap on the wrist and tell him go on with yourself. At least Don King ass went to jail, all right? At least he paid his dues and came out and gave us great heavyweight fights. At least he did that. But at the same time, Bob was sitting there ripping everybody off. You know, hell, and I mean, it is what it is, you know. So, no, I mean, now, if we sat there and did that, it's called treason. It's called a traitor, all right? That means your ass would get hung in the old days, but today your ass is going to jail, all right? Now, what Lomachenko do? He get a pat on the back. He get a belt. He get money. All right. See, you see the difference in the culture. You see the difference in favoritism. Boxing ain't shit. Boxing is crooked. That's all it is. I mean, how your little ass get favoritism over everybody else? Hell, I know a lot of guys don't want to be in war. Hell, a lot of guys stab themselves in the leg so they can go home and shit. You know, that's how it is. But he sat there, he got Bob Aaron, a rich Jewish promoter. And you know he got reach, he got ties. You know, so it is what it is, people. I'm sorry, but Lomachenko is full of shit. And you know what? I don't wish him luck at all. All right? Because karma is a bitch. And it's going to come back and hunt his little ass. Watch. That's all I got to say.
That's a fact, man. Listen, I'm gonna handle this from the world. I'm gonna talk about this shit real quick from the world perspective. Then we'll talk about boxing. So I just, as a man, and salute the G5, Gabe, Opulent LD, everybody in the building. God Body News, OTB. I saw you too, bro. Salute. So just from like, if I know that they drafting people between the age of 18 and 60, because it's so bad, people literally running through my country, running through my state, running through my shit, just killing shit. We at war. They just running through our shit, trying to take our shit over. And I don't know what Loma family is like, but I'm sure he got, you know, mama, daddy, cousins, sisters, brothers, uncles. It's somebody over there that don't have the resources that can't make it out. It's somebody that he got to be leaving behind. Maybe he can take his wife and kids if he got them. Maybe he can even take his mama and daddy. But I'm sure it's an auntie, uncle, cousin, grandma, it's somebody somewhere that's related to him, friends. It's somebody somewhere that can't get out that shit. And I know they drafting this shit. And it ain't like, you know, Vietnam War and shit, or the war on Iraq and terrorism, where we flying soldiers and shit and they go to a different location. They in your backyard. They coming to your shit. They invading your shit. So it ain't like it's a war on another country that they fighting. They fighting some shit in their own backyard. And him, Usyk, all these guys, they try and fight a boxing match. I can just say, me personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving my people, leaving my family to go do some other shit when I know they could just run. They could just run up in my house. They ain't having the shit like in the fields, y'all. They doing the shit in cities, bro. Like they running through cities having fights where it's a Chick-fil-A over here, a motherfucking McDonald's over there, Starbucks over here, and they just running through that whole fighting each other, bro.
Yeah, and it bombing. You sitting down there eating the whole damn restaurant.
Yeah, if I'm your countryman, bro, I'm pissed. Like, what make you better than me? Because you box, dude? Like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. So I think it's the wrong thing to do. Even if he ain't fighting on the front lines, even if I ain't fighting on the front lines, bro, shit, I got a pistol here in the crib. I may at least protect my shit. I'm gonna at least make sure I'm here for my shit in case somebody try to run up on me or some shit. I'm gonna stay right here where I'm at. If you ain't gonna go in the front lines, like at least get all your family together and y'all protect y'all shit. I would think that would be a, you know, the thing to do. But you know, everybody they handle the shit differently. Now, as far as the boxing shit, right? To me, this proved that, bro, he was ducking Devin Haney. He trying to duck him right now because at the end of the day, these are facts that can't be disputed. Number one, both Kambosos and Devin Haney want to fight him anyway. They've been calling his ass out anyway, and Kambosos obviously been trying to go that way the whole time since he got those belts. So they want to fight him anyway. He could just wait for the winner, bro. He can just wait on them to fight, and then he could fight for undisputed. But I believe Top Rank him, they trying to skip the line and shit. They trying to get in front of Devin Haney because they have every intention of trying to fight Kambosos and then not fighting Devin Haney. Continuing to wait him out, continuing to stall him out until he is forced to move up. You can't give me any other explanation as to why a man is willing to leave his country in the middle of a war to try to hurry up and fight a fight when he know both fighters will fight him whoever wins. He's trying to avoid one of the fighters, bro. And when you look at the history of his franchise belt shit, you look at him and Lopez, it is what it is, bro. He's trying to get away from Devin Haney, bro. And I just, if you don't see it by now, bro, you'll never see it, in my opinion, because you'd have to explain to me why he want to jump the line so bad if he ain't ducking Devin Haney. Because if you ain't ducking him, you just wait for the winner, bro. Right. You just wait for the winner of that fight. And then you just fight, and then you good because you know they both want to fight you. It's been proven they both done said they want to fight you multiple times. So I don't like the shit, man. I can't be from a boxing like the same thing I said about Lomachenko from leaving his family and war and shit. I feel the same way about Alexander Usyk, but at least from a boxing perspective, he ain't jumping the line, he ain't doing shit. He the champion, he defending this shit. So from a boxing shit, I ain't really mad at Usyk. But the same thing, like as a man in what your country and what your people is going through, I just couldn't see myself leaving my family high and dry like that. Even extended family, friends, all that shit. If we at war, bro, and they running through Dallas, Texas right now, I ain't trying to leave this shit. I'm trying to protect my shit. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't think like that. And again, I ain't no thug or nothing, but shit, like my house, my cars, my family, shit, like I ain't just gonna let somebody come take my shit. You ain't just gonna kick me out my shit. Like we gonna put up a fight. Shit, I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, right. And you sit there and you leaving your family. And you know what? And I'm sorry, I don't care. You my son or whatever. I'm gonna have a problem with your ass when this war over with. If it's over with, I'm gonna have a problem with your little ass. All right, I'm gonna say, don't speak to me no goddamn more. All right, I'm serious. You gonna leave and go fight and box? You know, while we send over.
Shit, you want to fight so goddamn bad? Fight over here,
right?
Shit, you want to fight that bad? Fight over here. This shit real. They about to take all the little shit you like to go to. I don't know what he like to do in Ukraine. All the little shit he like to go to, all the shit he like to do. They literally like blowing that shit up right now. Everything. I don't know what the Ukraine Starbucks is. I don't know what the Ukraine McDonald's. I don't know none of this shit. But they blowing all that shit up. They running through that shit. Maybe he got a park. Maybe he got a park that he walked the dog at and shit. This is a tank running through that motherfucker right now. And he trying to go fight in the boxing match. Nah, dog,
and trying to fight George Kambosos. That motherfucker fighter. Man, what's the urgency? Yeah, let's get to the find out.
Yeah, man. Let's get to the big two fights, man. The two main events, man. Let's do Berlanga first, man. Connor, I don't know if you're still in the building. You told me this man got boxing skills. You said he can box. That he used to be a boxer. Well, I ain't never heard of nobody forgetting how to box until Edgar Berlanga. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. That man, he ain't it, y'all. He ain't it, y'all. That 16 knockout streak in a row probably was the worst thing that ever happened to him in his professional career because he started off his career knocking out 16 people in a row, and then the last 3 fights as he stepped up in competition have been subpar. They've been subpar, OG. I don't like Steve Rose. I ain't saying he won the fight. I scored it a draw. They fighting in New York. You know what I'm saying? Berlanga got the nod, but Berlanga's defense, his jab, his predictability, man, he got so much to work on. He had like 20 trainers in his corner and shit, all telling him what to do and shit. Yeah, Kqkc, Rozier. I believe Mickey Bay might have been in the corner holding the like, I don't know what the hell going on, bro. Yeah, it's horrible matchmaking, Opulent, because you're supposed to improve and get them to build up into something. Like, they matchmaking Xander Zayas much better than they doing Edgar Berlanga, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So Edgar Berlanga, I wasn't impressed. He got the nod, but man, feet are slow. He took a lot of shots from Steve Rose, and I don't want anybody to forget that Steve Rose is almost 40 years old, bro. And he coming up from 160 pounds. He's small as shit. Yeah. Okay. And if Steve Rose got the reflexes and the timing and the speed and shit to hit you, I'll tell y'all right now, I ain't biting my tongue for nobody. I'm just waiting on Edgar Berlanga to run into the right one. I'm gonna make some money off his ass. And by the right one, I ain't even talking about a champion or a top contender. He run into a Ronald Ellis or a goddamn Anthony Durrell, somebody like that, somebody on that level, his ass getting whooped. Even the dude that Durrell knocked out, Hernandez, who can box, will give Edgar Berlanga trouble, bro. Like, Edgar Berlanga ain't it, bro. He ain't it. He got a lot of improvements to make. And I think the first improvement, you're going to have to pick a trainer, dog. You can't have 3 or 4 people that are used to being head trainers. You can't have all of them in your corner because they all want to talk. Edgar Berlanga was over there, OG. I don't know if you saw it because you was calling. He had this person talking to him. Then he had to look over at this person. Then look down at that person. I'm like, bro, you can't have everybody talking to you at the same time, bro. You don't know what to do. And he looked hesitant. He tried. I was like, at first, when the fight first started, like, all right, maybe he trying to be patient and shit. But then it was like, nah, okay, you hesitant. What the hell you got going on? So, man, he just not a good performance. I tell you what, they should have flipped the co-main event and the main event. They need to start putting main event time in the Xander Zayas and kind of leave Berlanga alone for a little bit. He got to develop. He's still young. He only 24 years old, but you know, we'll see. I just think he fell in love with his power too early in his career, and I think it's gonna be too hard for him to revert back. And right now, man, if he run into anybody that's a top 10 to 15, 168 pounder, man, he gonna lose that fight pretty handily. But what you got on that fight, OG? The main event on the ESPN Top Rank card.
Berlanga, he's a big guy. He's a big puncher, but he's not very smart in the ring. Now, I'm not calling him a dummy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's a dummy or anything, but this is what Steve Rose did to Edgar Berlanga. He took away his adjustments. He took away his jab. He took away how his power punches land. He took away how to land his power punches. Then when it's time, now this is what his trainer should have done. Now, I'm no trainer, never have been. But his trainer should have said, okay, Edgar, it's time to make some adjustments, okay? Because Steve Rose is moving. He's popping that stick out there and popping you in the forehead. And then he's coming in and going down to his body. He's going upstairs and down. Okay, you can't get in. You swinging big, and you missing big. And the judges see that. Well, at least they should have seen that, all right? But then again, Steve Rose fought a very smart fight. Like I told you all last night, I seen him on Showbox The Next Generation. He was very smart out there. He pretty much knew how to make adjustments. He knew how to survive. And that's what he did with Edgar Berlanga. Yes, I get it. Edgar Berlanga is a Boricua. He's a Puerto Rican descent fighter. And yes, it was Puerto Rico night in there, all right? And yes, he did want a knockout for his fans and for his Puerto Rican people. Yes, he wanted to show up and show out, but Steve Rose wrecked that shit. All right, that's what he did. What he do? He kept on boxing. He kept on putting that stick out there. Like I told everybody. Once again. Deontay Wilder. He did the same thing to Bermain Stavern when he won the WBC heavyweight title. He kept that stick going. He kept that jab going. 1, 2, kept it going. He didn't try to go out there for the knockout. He boxed. He boxed for 12 rounds and he won. But this is a different type of party now. All right, that means that it's Bob Arum, baby. It's ESPN, baby. All right, and that's what happened. Now, Edgar Berlanga, I don't know if he even know how to throw a jab correctly. All right, but Steve Rose kept that jab in his face, and sometimes they were jabbing at the same time. But Berlanga, and what he was trying to do is knock him out. All right, now, of course, the first round, okay, we always say the filling out round. Okay, I give him that. But when it came to round 2, 3, 4, and you're doing the same thing, then that shows you that he doesn't know how to make adjustments. And if he do know how to make adjustments, Steve Rose took that from him. So therefore, what you do then? Well, you stuck. So what you do then? You do what you always do, trying to get him out of there with big shots. But when you missing, everybody in the stadium see it. You know, so I mean, Steve Rose did what Steve Rose was supposed to do. Sure, he made it boring. He's supposed to. He's supposed to. It's called survival. He made adjustments. He took, like Earl Spence. Earl Spence took Danny Garcia jab away from him. He took his left hand away from him. And that's a good fighter. When a good fighter got a ring IQ and know how to make adjustments and take your best punch and your best power punch away from you, and you stuck, and what you do? Your corner, what can they do? Especially when you got 2 or 3 people talking to you like Gervonta Davis. He got Calvin, he got Floyd, he got Leonard. Everybody telling him what to do. Then you sitting there looking all crazy. You don't know what to do. So, and Steve Rose did have a couple of good body shots and a couple of head shots. So, I mean, yes, I did have him winning. But like I say, here we go. This is Bob Arum. This is Top Rank, baby. This is ESPN. This is a partnership. All right. So you know who's gonna get the nod. All right. It's just yep. So
yeah, I mean, you can't do nothing about that. I already knew. That's why when people were mad, I'm like, I mean, shit, you can give it to Rose, maybe 96, 94, but you know, man, in New York, shit, against Berlanga, like, bro, y'all gotta know that, like, dog, like when you picking these fights, especially if you put your money on it, bro, like. You gotta know what's up. Like Rose needed a knockout, y'all. At best, if he beat his ass, he probably would have got a draw. So if you put money, you got like when you thinking upsets and shit, you gotta understand. Like you gotta look at high level championship level fights. You know what I'm saying? You want to look at upsets when it comes to stuff like Ugas versus Spence. It'll probably be on an even playing field. Or when we had Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter. Those are the types of fights that you want to look at because they're so big. And so the judges will score them accordingly because regardless of who wins, it'll be good for business because you can sell either way. But if Rose had won, like Top Rank had no interest in that shit, bro. They had no interest in that shit. So y'all gotta look at that, man. And now
hit the like button. We got over 120 people in here. Hit the like button,
like, bro. Hit that like. Zenith Rose been at like 168 since like shit, last 4 or 5 fights, or like since 2018 or some shit. After he got knocked out by Triple G, he moved up, bro. He moved up. So last fight, woo! Blair the Fleur, Ric Flair little cousin, man. Blair the Fleur Cobbs, man. Blair the Fleur Cobbs. Listen, who is 118 in here? And some of y'all was in my chat on Friday night. How many of y'all picked Blair the Fleur Cobbs to win, bro? How many of y'all picked him to win? Don't be lying. Don't be lying.
Be honest.
Don't be lying. Gee, man, what you got on first of all on the fight, and then man, can Blair Cobbs recover? Because he talked a lot of shit. Yeah, he talked a lot of shit, man.
Rule number 1.
What you got on that fight, man?
Well, rule number 1, you be quiet. Then when you win, then that's when you can pretty much hold your job. That's when you pretty much can, talk your shit, right? But not before, only after. But then again, all right, I like the confidence in him. I like the confidence that he had in his skills, which was very diminished, all right? He moved too much. He did too much lateral movement. He's going to the left. He's going to the right. But he didn't have no type of compass of why he's doing that. He just was going left and right. Why? Because he didn't want to engage. He didn't want to get into a rough fight. He wanted to fight on the outside. He wanted to show everybody, yes, Earl, you too, right? He wanted to show everybody that, hey, I am a boxer. I got the shaft, all right? But my man, like they said, Zulu Line, Earl Spence, whatever. He's like Big Red from the 5 Heartbeats. He got that ass whooped.
Yeah, everybody was talking shit. Even Terrence Crawford. I bet you the Terrence Crawford fans, they want to talk shit about Earl so bad. Like, man, Earl, he responded to Blair Cobbs, but he didn't respond to Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford talked shit about his ass too. So like, God damn it, we can't say shit, bro. Everybody was going in on Blair Cobbs last night, bro.
You know, see, but now this goes to show you, and this is on a serious note. All right, you want attention. You want attention. Why? Because Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, even Keith Thurman, they getting all the attention, right? By their skills, right? Skills pay the bills. But Blair Cobb had to find a way to get the attention on himself. So what did he do? He talked about the top fighters in his division, and that brings everybody on looking at him. Right? Everybody's eyes was on Blair Cobb last night. Everybody was on DAZN last night looking at Blair Cobb. Right? Now, Ronnie Rousey, she was the same damn way. Rolly Romero, he's legally retarded, but still he knows how to sell himself. He knows how to sell himself, and that's what he's doing. Right? And that's what we all as boxing fans, we fall for that. We like that, and special casual fans. And that's what Blair Cobb tapped into. He tapped into the casual fans. Oh, man, we got to see this. We got to buy DAZN. We got to see this guy, the Blair the Flair. Woo! Yes, sir. Man, and let's see him box. Then when they see him box, they say, oh, man, all we got is still motherfucking bread. And that's what he got, still bread. All right. So therefore, Blair the Flair, like I said, that he need to cut his hair off for one. Because every time he would get hit with a punch, it looked real bad. Because when he get hit with a punch, not only his head popped back, but his hair was popping back and going back and forth.
It's curl activated juice was flying all over the goddamn play. Goddamn perm flying all over the play. Goddamn, he knocking the moisturizer out your goddamn head, bro. Block. Do something, bro. Looking like Sideshow Bob out this motherfucker, man. Yes. Come on, dog.
And what makes it so bad, I was calling the fight in between the Berlanga fight. You know,
yeah.
I was trying to call it, and Blair, he did have a couple good moments because they were southpaw on southpaw. And now, like Rocha said, I'm going to make you start parking my cars, right? Because that was funny as hell.
You going to make that man a valet, bro?
Yes, sir. Right. And you're going to start calling my fights also, he said. So he's going to be another Sean Porter. So, but still in all, you cannot talk your smack or talk your shit. You got to back it up. But first, you got to back it up. Then see what the outcome look. Then you can brag. Then you can talk. And then if you're confident in your skills, because remember, here go that resume. Here go that resume again. We're going back to that again. Remember, Blair the Flair is 15-0. Well, 15-1 now. How did he get 15-0, y'all? Who did he fight at 15-0?
I don't know.
Now, all I hear was that, he ain't getting no fights, but he can fight. Now, that's what some people said, that he can fight. Well, he didn't show up to fight last night. So maybe, just maybe, when he get out of that shell, because he's going into a shell. And now Bernard Hopkins, he looking stupid, right? Because he capped for him. Old Garage Mouth, he capped for him. He said, oh, Blair the Flair, man, he can box, man. He got the attention. And now, yes, Rolly got the attention. All right? Rolly, now, if you listen to Rolly got a good mouthpiece. Rolly can sell a fight. And that's what get the casual fans going, which is okay. It's enough room for casual fans. It's enough room for them. But still, they're going to have to learn. You cannot listen to a legally retarded man who thinks he's better than sliced bread. I'm sorry, he is legally retarded. But that's all I got on that dumbass.
Man, look, listen, man. I said it earlier in the week when I found out who he was fighting, and I did my study, and I was like, I don't know why Blair Cobb was talking about Earl Spence and all these fighters and shit. Like Alexis Rocha can fight, and Shit, he better, bro. Like he looked like he just way better than Blair Cobbs. I kept hinting at it all week, and when I finally made my pick, I was convinced that Blair Cobbs was gonna get his ass stopped, and that's exactly what happened. And then I didn't even know this. His trainer is Freddie Roach. And man, you was calling a fight, but Freddie Roach was on his same bullshit he was with Manny Pacquiao. His instructions was like, "Hey, you're getting your ass beat. You getting beat up. Put your hands up.
Yeah, put your hands up.
Put your hands up. Jab with him." He said they tried to interview Freddie. He said, "What does he need to do to win?" He said he needs to push him back. He needs to push him back.
How you gonna push him
How does he do it? How does he accomplish this shit that you telling him to do? So man, I was like, damn, your trainer trash. You out here looking trash. And I just don't like all that moving around the ring. KQ, he just moved around the ring so much. A lot of nervous, unnecessary ass shit. Now he athletic as shit. He caught Alexis Rocha a couple of times with that left hand.
Yes, he did.
So I'm like, okay, he looked like he can do something, but Alexis Rocha was working that body, hunting him down, walking him down, and then eventually, when he started catching him with that left hand as he got closer to him, Blair the Fleur just couldn't do shit with him. He was knocking his hair all over the ring and shit, and it was just bad, bro. Yeah, it was bad. But I will give him this. At least he got knocked out. Okay. At least Blair the Fleur Cobbs, I will give him this credit. This is the only credit I'm gonna give him. He was asleep. He didn't really know where he was. But if you go back and watch the replay, when the ref was trying to break him up, he was trying to punch the ref.
Right.
He tried to punch the ref.
I saw that. Like, he was swinging so wild, and he still was swinging.
He was trying to swing. At least he didn't pull a Chris Colbert on us. At least he didn't talk all that shit and then show no heart. He got knocked out while swinging punches. So I'm gonna give him that credit that he did show heart. But he just can't his defense is horrible. He can't get out of the way of shit. I don't know why and this is no disrespect, bro. Like, I just don't know why people keep going to Freddie Roach, man. I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on Freddie Roach, but I don't know what he's teaching these guys, man. I don't know what he's teaching them anymore. His fighters keep getting their ass whooped. Okay?
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao made him. All right, just like I don't know why guys keep going to Bomac. Terrence Crawford is making him, bro. He's making him, bro. Like, Maurice Hooker ain't looking good, bro. What's his name? Fucking Amir Khan, he ain't look good, bro.
No.
He didn't look good. Fucking what's his name? Jared Hurd went over there before his last fight. He didn't look good, bro.
No.
Stop going to these trainers just because they got one great fighter that's probably really just talented as shit and kind of made them look like they was a great trainer. Because I think that's what Freddie Roach is, bro. Like, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And so Blair Cobbs, man, you know, next time, if you're gonna talk shit about the guy you fighting. At least we'll know you focused. Like, at least Rolly do talk shit about everybody, but when he got the fight with Tank, he really only talking shit about Tank right now. So at least he doing that. Yeah. He talking shit and he focused on the person that he fighting. Blair Cobbs was talking about everybody except Alexis Rocha. And it ended up backfiring on him. Like, you don't think that fighter see that shit and gonna make them even more hungry? And he probably feel like he even better than you. Like, nah, bro, you got your ass whooped. You need to go sit down somewhere, be quiet. And at the end of the day, he's a 33-year-old fighter with 17 fights. I saw somebody asking, can he bounce back? Nah, bro.
No.
He ain't never gonna be shit. Bounce back to what? Maybe beating a journeyman here and there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being on somebody undercard and shit. But get famous or be a main event fighter or get a big fight one day. Nah, that ship sailed. No. That train left the station already. He done, bro.
He called out Mikey Garcia. He called out Keith Thurman. He called out Adrian Broner. Don't know why, but he called out Conor Ben. All those guys I just named would beat him. No doubt about it. Now, Tim Bradley, he said he was shocked at how poor, unbeaten, and how highly ranked super middleweight Edgar Berlanga looked. He thought he looked horrible.
I did too.
This is coming from Timothy Bradley. I thought I'd let you all throw that in there because Timothy Bradley really believes that he was overhyped. He was on the fast track. Now, I will give you my opinion on that. My opinion on fast tracking a fighter, I don't think it's a good thing to do that. but you have to step up a fighter slowly but surely. All right. You can't keep every fight at the same light touches. Now, Edgar Berlanga, he's going to have to step up. Now, maybe they gave him a soft touch and Steve Rose gave him a good fight. That's what I told you. Style made fights. And it doesn't matter. Everybody got a punching chance. But when Berlanga last fight, when he hit the canvas, now sometimes that mess with you mentally and sometimes physically. You don't want to let your hands go, a la Adrian Broner. So therefore, Edgar Berlanga has a lot of work to do. He's gonna have to go back to the gym. And I ain't talking about next month. I'm talking about next goddamn week. All right. How about tomorrow? All right. That's what he need to do. He need to start all over and learn how to use his fundamental skills. Your power is there, but everything else is missing. And that's what you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to learn how to work and put those two together. So, now, does he have a chance? Yes, he does. Now, do Blair Cobbs have a chance? No, he doesn't. So,
damn, he ain't got no shot.
No, I don't see him getting no better. No, I don't. He's almost 35 years old in another year.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to be harsh on him, but he had his 15 minutes of fame. We probably won't hear from him anymore. They talking about he ain't even a gatekeeper. And I need everybody, because we a little bit over and we about to wrap the show, but I need everybody that was saying Blair Cobbs need to fight Jerron Boots Ennis. Keep that same energy, bro. I wonder how y'all feel this morning. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that wanted Blair Cobbs to fight Jerron Boots Ennis. I wonder how y'all are feeling this morning, bro. That's why y'all gotta hop off these hype trains, bro, and go study these fighters, man. That shit, Blair Cobbs, man, main event. That shit over. I'm glad I ain't gotta watch that shit no more. OG, man, it's past 10:30, man.
Okay.
So shit, man, I just want to say, y'all go subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button over here. Subscribe to KQ. If you're new over here, we live every Wednesday at night on my channel at 7:30. We live every Friday night on my channel at 7:30 p.m. where we break down and predict the fights. And then I'll be live right here with the singing OG, Kqkc Boxing Network, on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Time. We got some good fights next week. Next week is another big week of boxing. We got an ESPN card, a DAZN card, and a Showtime card. So gonna be a fun week of boxing next week as well. So y'all be sure to watch boxing and tune in, man. I appreciate everybody that came through, and that's all I got, KQ.
Yes, sir. And I am your boy Kqkc, the singing OG. I come on Monday through Friday. That's 12:30 p.m. Central Time. And yes, Saturday mornings we got a call-in show, unless it's a fight coming on early DAZN fight or a Pro Bellum fight. Now, Pro Bellum made their first debut this weekend and televised debut. And it was a great card. We didn't get a chance to cover those because we wasn't too familiar with those fights, except for Regis Prograde. All right, everybody came in and watched Regis, and next thing I know, like 100 people disappeared. So, but anyway, but I will be calling the fights, and yes, we will be back. We'll be on KNOCKOUTBOXING86TV platform next Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. Central Time. So make sure you subscribe to them. Make sure you subscribe to me. And that way you can never miss all the play-by-play, blow-by-blow fights from that Saturday night, and also what's going on in the fight world in the news of boxing outside the ring, and all the contracts, all the sign and deliver partnerships and promoterships and all the other good shit. All right. So with that, that's all I have. I appreciate everybody coming in today, and stay tuned for none other than Stormy B. Man. He's coming in with another talk show, and he's going to break down the fights again with his call-in show. So we'll make sure you go check him out. And with that, I am Kqkc Boxing Network and Knockout Boxing 86 TV.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good Sunday.
All right. And everybody have a good day. And I greet you with the ancient word of peace. Assalamu alaikum and salaikum salam. Make sure you go check out Knockout Boxing 86 TV Wednesday night. All right. And also, he's going to have the prediction show Friday night. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that, especially if you land some money down. All right. So with that,
we went perfect. We went perfect this week.
Oh, did you?
Know this week. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta come check out the show. We got them all right.
Man, wait a minute, let me see the prediction rate, man. Cause I might start putting some money down. Let me see what you got. Let me see
245 out of right, and then 245 right, 46 wrong.
Oh man,
where we at right now.
Man, ooh wait, baby, man, he's perfect, baby.
We've been on fire. We've been on fire this year. We only missed like 2 fights in the last month and a half. We only missed like 2 fights, so we've been doing our thing, man.
Yes, sir. And, I know we're behind a little bit, but just let me say this: Knockout works real hard on the prediction shows. And I know that for a fact. He does a lot of research in them. All right, and you got to come by and show your love. All right, hit the like button and show your love in a super chat or cash out, because he does work hard. All right, he takes his time, and he takes his time out of his family and his personal life to get these predictions and try to get them right for you all. All right. He's a young man, and he's got a young and good family, and he's doing his thing over here at Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and Miss Knockout Boxing 86 TV is supporting him also. So with that, you can't go wrong. So please come support him.
And OG, I done already started studying for next week too.
Oh man,
I already started studying for next week too. So we working, man.
Yes, sir. He's doing more than HBO. Not HBO. He's doing more than The Zone. He's doing more than Showtime. He's doing more than ESPN. Andre Ward, no body language. He giving you facts.
Yeah, ain't no body language over here. You won't hear me use that shit. Fucking body language.
He giving you facts. So with that, keep your head on a swivel, baby. We out of here and have a great afternoon. All right. And I will see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place. And with that, we are out of here. Peace and love to everybody. I'm out.
Peace, y'all.